This is the trading review for the 19th of April 2022. Um, I took 5 trades today. First, I was looking at Apple, and Apple was an inside day. Was an outside day with no bias. So we were inside the pivots from the previous day, but the stock pretty much behaved as an inside day. So so even though we are incredibly tight, well, we're not that tight within the pivots. They were kind of wide, but inside the other days, inside yesterday pivots. So it kind of gave me, it made me very biased. It made me very biased as to how the price action was going to be. So we sold off all the way to S4, and the price action was very weak. Um, we were dropping with decreasing volume, and then we had one spike of volume at S4, but then we dropped with volume, and then we sold off with fairly large volume. So after that, I thought that I was gonna miss my entry on the 1 minute. The 5 minute was very extended for me to make an entry short at S4. But now that I think of it, it would have been best to wait on the 5 minute. So here I justified making my entry on the 1 minute because I simply thought we were gonna drop, and we had stacks on the level 2. If you look at the live trading video, we did have stacks down at the bid for a breakdown, but the market just pulled back with strength, and SPY spent the rest of the day just pushing higher and higher. So that kind of worked against me. It turned out to be a very bullish day. Uh, so it stopped me out with a heavy spread. So looking at this trade was a loser, but looking at the spread kind of messed me up emotionally. Uh, so so that's not good. That's not a that's I needed to take better control of my emotions. So that's my first Apple trade. The second trade I took was on plug. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to Apple. So after seeing that we failed to breakdown of S4, I needed to have a plan B. These are more difficult to do because I don't take these many trades, these kind of reversals at the extremes within the pivots. So taking a long at S4 is very tricky. But I could have done that at the break of the 5 minute here, and you can see that we pull back to S4 and then we fail, and then we get a huge amount of volume. So I could have made my entry here at the break of the 5 minute and at the break of the 1 minute for a reaction of S4 and just a run to the top side, and it could have been a very nice trade, but I didn't take it, and that was just a miss. So I need to plan for both short and long. But that's my Apple trade. The next I took a plug trade, similar price action to Apple. We sold off, but now we have the right pivots set up here. So we have R4, and this was an outside day, and I got in at the break of the 5 minutes, the 1 minute. We got a lot of volume. So on this on this drop below R4, we started to get decreasing volume, and we pulled back, and we had the same amount of volume. So I was very bullish. The market was bullish. The 9 and 20 were crossing and supporting, acting as support. So I got in, partial at a little more than 3R, 25%, partial at 4R, and then I got allowed after I saw that the 9 and 20 were not acting as support anymore. So I got out when once we lost the 20 moving average. This was an excellent trade, I think. I got 2R out of it, so it's a very good trade. It's unfortunate that the market, this stock behaved kind of weird. It stopped me out, but it continued the run up to my targets. I had a target at 27. I have a partial at 27.30 and then 27.50, which ended up hitting, but it will have never worked out because this trade stopped me out. Anyway, so that's my second block trade. And next, that this is when I traded something out of my playbook. I saw this huge spike in volume and a doji, a small, super small candle. Well, this is not really a doji; it's a small candle. So I made my entry at the break of the 1 minute candle with the stop loss of the week of the previous candle, and I got stopped out. Today the market was very strong, so this play was not the correct one, especially because it's not in my playbook. I was tempted to take it because we were very close to R3, so I thought that we were never gonna approach this area, but you can see that we did. It stopped me out with some slippage because this price action was very very wild. And then I made another entry at around 10:55. We're gonna see the exact time. I wanted to take a short at R3. We broke from the 5 minute and we broke from the 1 minute. So this entry was fine. The problem with this trade is that just my timing was off. That's unfortunate. And it stopped me out with some slippage. What I should have done is give it a little more room so that I don't get stopped out. But it was very it was a good trade. I just didn't give it enough room to not get stopped out. Like by giving it more room, 2-3 more cents was enough. So I didn't do that and just got stopped out. This is my fourth trade of the day. So 2 on Roblox, 1 on Plug, 1 on Apple. I'm limiting myself to 4 trades a day, so that's okay. If I had taken this trade, it would have worked out, I believe. It's a move of 50 cents. So fortunate that it didn't work out, but this trade was much better than the previous Roblox trades. So I would say that this was a, yeah, we had a reaction here, and then I entered at the break of R3. So I think this was a B trade, not A, because my stop loss was not good enough. So I need to give it a little more room, especially with the spread. The spread, it was a little better than this, but it was 3 cents, sometimes 5. So that's why I got some slippage. Not a lot, not as much as Apple. Apple gave me a little slippage. And then Roblox, never really offer an entry short. Yeah, the market was kind of strong all day, so it never really offered an opportunity for entry. I took another trade on AMD, but it was break even, and so it doesn't really have any significance, other than it doesn't really have any significance. It doesn't affect my statistical analysis in a positive way or a negative way. So, and it's not worth analyzing it. Anyways, I'm gonna do the Excel sheet for this. So the first app for the first Apple trade I took, it was a secret. For the first Apple trade I took, it was a short. It was an outside day, but actually it was an inside day. It was bearish. We opened very close to S4. We opened inside, No, we had minus. We had a 1.3 slippage. We did not add. Did we make an entry after compression? I will say yes. Yes. We didn't have a 1 minute break. We had stacks at the level 2. We had volume signal. I will give myself a C psychological grade because so I didn't make an entry on the, and I think the compression was no. So technically it's an it's a B trade, but it's an inside A. So but it's not the setup itself. Okay, so I made an entry at the break without the break of the 5 minute candle. So it's not a matter of the setup itself, it's a matter of my overall market analysis. That's what caused the issue. Okay, so a B it's fine. Plug, I think plug was an excellent trade. On plug, again, I made my entry on the 1 minute break, 5 minute break, long. It was an outside day. It was bullish. We opened outside. We got two R out of this trade. We did not add. Yes, we had. We did not break any rules. That was very good trade. On Roblox, I made my entry at the 1 minute break, but it was not in the playbook, so this is an F. Short. Outs. I had Roblox as an outside day as well, but it's actually an inside day. We open at S4, so we just pull back with strength and went the other direction. That's very weird. We open outside the pivots, -1.1. We did not add. No. This is see. I was trading emotionally at this point. It's not obvious to me. Yes, not playbook. That's the problem when you learn too much, that you try to use stuff you learn that is not part of your playbook, and you try to trade using that, but that's not how you're supposed to trade. So you kind of need to forget all the other strategies that you're not using because they tempt you. But it's not that I know too much. It's that I lack the ability to trade, to have self-control. That's the issue. So for this second Roblox trade, I did make my entry in the 1 minute. It could have been an A plus setup, but I didn't give it enough room. So technically it's a good trade. Yes. I will give it a C because not stop loss. So it's 1. Okay, so it was almost a good trade. I just got stopped out because my stop loss was very narrow. So yeah, so those are my four trades. Again, the other one was break even. So there's no reason to count it at all. Uh, so those are my four trades. Not max loss for the day, but because of the spread, a little more than -1 hour. So a lot to learn, a lot to talk about, but that's for the daily review video.